everybody changing defensively for the Astros, and I mean everybody.
My favorite part of spring.
Is it really?
No.
Just so you see me scrambling. The new third baseman is Will Wagner. That name might sound familiar. Will Wagner,
nice.
The son of Billy Wagner, gets a little tough play there to challenge him on his first ever spring training play, and he makes a solid play.
Looks good down there, moving in nicely. Coming in and making a play on this slow roller. Ball hops up nicely, makes a quick exchange, and shows off some of that arm. Of course, we know the story about Billy Wagner, natural righty, but ended up throwing left-handed. But Will Wagner looking good over there at third base. He's got a little pop in that bat, too.
So Wagner obviously has played his spring training, but at the minor league level. This is his first day of big league spring training where he's actually on the spring training roster. He was a non-roster invitee. So that has to be a pretty cool feeling. Get right in the game and get that first ground ball.
Yeah, there's a special terminology for that. It's usually finder, but there's usually a word in front of it that I will refrain from using because I don't feel that way about Will. I think he's a great player. Obviously, the pedigree's there. We should say he's the son of a Hall of Famer.
He will be.
Someday, but it's taken long enough for them to figure that out. But, having been with Billy and then hearing him talk about his son and how excited he is to see Will in this organization and playing well is a lot of fun to have him out here. But, yeah, officially a part of the spring training roster and making a pretty good play on that first opportunity.
24-year-old who last year played at Asheville 45 games and Corpus Christi 72 games and then just tore it up in the Arizona Fall League where he was first in slugging percentage, had a 712 slug. Lefty hitter, as you can see, who spent 45 games in Asheville and 72 games in Corpus last year. That ball sent it to left center field. How about Will Wagner making a fine defensive play, and now in his first spring training at bat, picking up a base hit in the left center.
It's always interesting to watch these guys who have basically grown up in clubhouses, much like a Will Wagner, a Jeremy Pena, these guys that have big league fathers, and you hang around that environment, and it almost looks like it's natural for him to be here in a big league camp. Making a great play on defense, now taking a great swing. Taking a pitch up, out over the plate. Nice line drive, good left-handed swing up the middle for that base hit. But it looks like he belongs.
And I don't think it's an accident that Will Wagner has a locker right next to Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman to kind of see how the veterans handle themselves in spring training. Not that he's not used to being in a clubhouse, but it's a different scenario now that he's one of the guys.
Yeah, there's actually
at Middle Tennessee State, and pitching has carried him all the way to his first spring training invite. How about that pick? Will Wagner, have yourself a debut as an Astros spring training invitee. 2 fine defensive plays and a base hit for Billy Wagner's son, Will.
Wags is playing some third base.
Between him and Justin Dearden, they have been the stars of this one.
It's great to see. Tough play, too, when a lefty kind of pokes one the other way, but did a good job of adjusting to go get that short hop.
New pitcher, Grant Hartwig, takes over for the Mets in the 8th inning.
His third season in this New York Mets organization. You see, made the rounds in the minor leagues last season with a 1.75 ERA.
Will Wagner bids for a hit, and he has his second hit of the game. Wagner going for 3. No, he puts the brakes on. Will Wagner, a double to go along with a single and 2 fine defensive plays. Wagner and Dearden continue to be the stars of this one.
Don't be shy. You get that opportunity as a young man in big league camp. You've got a huge number on your back in 90, and you go out there and start raking. You can start subtracting some of those numbers, but he's putting together some good swings and showing some ability to go up the middle the other way. His first base hit was a line drive to center field. This one tailing away from the center fielder ends up being a double.
He had a fine year in the regular season between Asheville and AA Corpus Christi, but then he became an all-star in the Arizona Fall League and really turned it on.
Yeah, the Arizona Fall League, you get the invite there and you're kind of juiced up a little bit because it kind of gives you that prospect status or that idea that this organization's thinking about me a little bit more than just letting me go home and try and work on things. And taking advantage of playing in that Arizona Fall League, you're playing some very good competition usually. And if you can put up some numbers in that Arizona Fall League, you find yourself in big league camp and get opportunities again, but it really seems like he is comfortable here and he's maximizing the opportunity with some of these pitches he's getting.
Yeah, he was mostly a DH in the fall league and hit .346 and 1145 OPS in 14 games, slugging at .712. And Will Wagner today playing third base. He's made a couple of fine defensive plays and also 2 for 2 at the plate. Here's Kennedy Corona.